I was honored to be on the Larry Sanders Show. Honored. I couldn't even believe. Gary Shandling, who I did not know well at all, was one of the hardest working comics I have ever seen. You know, he wrote for Sanford and Son. And every day he would come into the store with like a notebook, one of those the dotted notebooks like you have, full of jokes. And he would try them all out on stage. Every day, a new maybe 30 pages of jokes. Every day he had that. No one, I mean, I know, in my opinion, I work hard. I could not do that. It was just unbelievable. So now I get the call to do the Larry Sanders Show. Even though it's a little insulting, but it'd take me just a second to tell what the show was about. The show was about Jeannie Garofalo and the other girl that was the talent coordinator. And Larry says, we're not getting a good guest, man. You know, what's happening? Leno, Letterman, you know, they all got great guests. We got shit. Arsenio's even got better guests. We got to start getting some good guests. This is bullshit who we got on here. So he says, you know, and I'm going to, if it happens, I'm going to get rid of some of these people, you know, who are booking the show. So they're walking around and go, oh my God, you know, Jesus Christ, this could be the end of our gig. So Danny DeVito is coming by. And he's not on the show, but he's on the lot. So they run over to Danny DeVito and they say, Mr. DeVito, we're from the Larry Sanders Show. Could you please do our show? We love you. He says, well, I'm just here doing a spot for the Heart organization. I'm not here to do anything to actually be on, you know, on the show. And he says, you could push your Heart situation too if you want to, but just please, says, I really don't do talk shows or anything, but I'll be here all day, you know, doing this thing. He says, so they go back and they say, Larry, you wanted a guest. We got one. Danny DeVito. Larry's like, now we're moving. Now we got some guests. This is terrific what's happening. Yeah, good. So after like an hour or so, they run back over to the stage where he's on doing this Heart commercial. And he's with his people. And he's leaving. And they say, Mr. DeVito, we're getting ready to do the Larry Sanders Show. Could you please come over and just do? He says, well, I told you guys, I really appreciate you having me, but I'm not going to do the show. So that's that. Then his handler comes and goes, all right, you know, Mr. DeVito's good. And he's gone. They go, oh my God. So they have to go back. And now it's like 3:30 when they get putting the show together. And they say, Larry, some good news and some bad news. He says, give me the bad news first. He says, Danny DeVito's not doing this show. God damn it, man. We got to get some guests on this show. He says, what's the good news? He says, Jimmie J.J. Walker says he'll do another 5 minutes. And then at the end of the show, he's talking to the producer guy. What's the guy? I forgot the guy. Rip Torn.
Yeah.
Talking to Rip Torn. He's going, we got to get some guests on the show. And then you see me in the background. I'm out there. So I'm at McDonald's today, man. And I tell you, it's crazy over there. But I was so honored that they would put me on the show. I couldn't even believe it that I was on the show. I was so happy to be there.